Hi, it's Dr. Rowe here, and I'm just doing a follow-up video to a photograph that I showed of some kale that we were making whilst on the move out in Denmark while we were traveling. So here is a 5-minute video giving you the tips on what you can do to create some amazing crispy kale in a short space of time whilst on the move, and this with a portable unit. So literally with 300 to 400 grams of organic kale, all you need to do is clean it out. So you wash it, you rinse it properly first under water. With organic kale you may find little bugs and things like that, so you wash them out. You can see the leaves here, and you're basically peeling it off. If you've never done this before, you're peeling the leaves off from the main stem whilst rinsing them under cold water and then getting them into a colander. We were staying in a property which was a summer house whilst here in Denmark, which we were renting, so it had various things in it already. You can see there the colander's literally just full. That whole filled colander had the 300 to 400 grams of the kale, which is broken up into different sizes, which I'll show you in a minute. But the key thing here is to really give it a good wash through. Don't just chuck it in the dehydrator, because trust me, you'll end up tasting other things apart from just the kale as well. And peeling off the older leaves, the yellowy leaves, and putting mainly the green ones as well. So be aware of that with kale. Now the sizes you can break it into vary. The biggest one there literally is maybe about 2.5 to 3 centimeters across, right down to about 1 centimeter across. The smaller they are, they crumble, so don't make them too small. And when you're laying them out, as you can see here, my daughter Savannah's having some fun. And by the way, she did most of this. So literally, I did the rinsing, and then I passed it over to her. She started breaking it up and putting it into the colander. And you lay it out into the dehydrator. You can put it quite tightly packed, actually, because once left, it will actually dry out quite quickly. If you want to dry it out quicker and you've got enough space in your dehydrator, then spread them out and put it across several layers. So as you can see here, they're touching, that's okay. You've got different sizes, and they're laid out in such a way that they just pack the whole of the dehydrating unit. Now this has 5 or 6 different levels through which you can place the various levels of kale in there, as you can see, and literally the air blows through those little vents. It's warm air. It's generally below 41 degrees, I think 40 degrees, which means that it's classified as raw. It's not cooked, which means it keeps all the nutrients. It doesn't get cooked out of it. There you can see it all laid out nicely, and then the layers are built up through the actual dehydrator. So this particular one that we've got here, which was about 17 pounds, they vary from about 20 quid up to about 40 quid, these portable ones you can see here, and you can see I've got it laid out. It doesn't matter if they're quite crunched together, because the air does blow through. Once that's set up, you're good to go. Now we made a decision that we were going to do a couple of layers of bananas. So my daughter Savannah got excited. She grabbed a banana, started slicing it up here, as you can see. A little tip for you: if you're doing bananas and fruits, particularly bananas, do them very thinly. They'll create dehydrated, like banana chips, if you like. If you do them too thickly, they do take quite a long time. You could be dehydrating for 3 or 4 hours before you start to see them getting crispy enough to sort of take out. Depends if you want them soft or not. In this case, these were literally 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters thickness, as you can see there, and she's just laying them out, having a bit of fun there on top of the kale, which are in the layers below. So one bag of 400 grams or 300 grams of organic kale gives you a really nice bowl of crispy kale. Now we sprinkled salt on top of the kale, by the way. So we used sea salt, sprinkled it on top, and then on top of that we've got the bananas laid out. And by the way, during the whole process I was able to nip out and change a nappy with my 1.5-year-olds, whilst my 7-year-old, there you can see Savannah just finished off the process. And you can see the kale in layers there now, laid out beautifully with the bananas on top, and the sea salt was sprinkled all the way through on the different levels. You can put herbs and things like that in. These were left for about 1.5 hours or so to 2 hours, and you can see they're nice and crispy there on the top. Then she'd peeled a few off. If you leave it longer, it will dry out and make it even more crispy. The kale dries really quickly, by the way, and it's your choice. I like to have it very crisp. Some people like to have it a little bit more moister. You can simply just lift the lid off and try them, and you'll get a taste for it. One tip that we found is if you leave it there having done it and you're not going to eat it for a while, you can always put it back on for 2 or 3 minutes. It will warm it up, and you can see the proof is in the eating of the pudding, and she looks very happy here eating that kale, and she likes it dry as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Yeah, obviously when it's made, it can be stored in a bag. It might, you may need to just put it back in and dry it out a little bit, but we generally will eat it fairly quickly. And there it is out. It's a bit of a finger snack as well.